I can't put the fez on for this because it's too fucking serious. Okay, I have no experience of this personally, but I'm, for many women, one of the main bonding activities between them and their baby, their beautiful child, is breastfeeding. Gives them a certain connection. Also, everything is great for the baby. And unfortunately, there are many women that can't breastfeed. It doesn't mean they have any lesser of a connection with that child. Some of them can't for various reasons, and they're just told, well, you can't, and you get given the formula, and that's it. There's nothing else for you. You just can't breastfeed. That's it. But it's a beautiful thing. I'm still amazed that we live in a time where, is it 1 in 5 or 2 in 5 women report that if they breastfeed, there's a bloke sat next to them rubbing his dick? They did a survey recently. I don't find breastfeeding terribly erotic.
I needed a wee, Aiden, right?
And it got hard.
I just needed a wee, and I couldn't. Look,
but it's a staggering amount of women. It's a staggering amount of women that report that while they're breastfeeding a baby, there's a guy. Anyway, it's a beautiful thing. We're ridiculously prudish about it. We all know that, okay? We get that. I want to read something for you before you change the image about breastfeeding. This is from a website called The Stranger. The Stranger. Put the reading glasses on. Don't want to miss a word of this. Breastfeeding is freaky. Not the sucking bit. You're reading The Stranger, so odds are you've had a titty sucked at some point in your life. No, it's because when my baby attached to my breast, there was an incredible chemical cascade that ran through my entire body like lightning. Sounds kind of beautiful, really. Like lightning, just powerful emotion. Imagine the most electric thing a partner has ever done to you, then multiply it by 10. So anything your sexual partner has done, this is 10 times better. I could feel my brain rewiring, creating pathways that would permanently connect me to my child. And yeah, I kind of got off on it. Don't judge me. I'm sorry, Dana Fried. I judge you. You are fucking... It's a man. It's a fucking man breastfeeding a baby. A man breastfeeding a fucking baby and said it's 10 times better than the best blowjob I ever had. I get off on it, but don't judge me. How can I not fucking judge you, you sick fucking lunatic? What the fuck is wrong with you? You're going to use a baby to validate your fucking fetish. Because that's what it is. What woman ever has said that was sexually exciting? I'm sure there must have been one or two, because there are mental fucking women as well. But I'm going to guess that predominantly, and I don't know, I've never breastfed, I'm going to guess it's a feeling of raw emotion and serenity and beauty as you put life into this child. Not a sexual thrill. Now, as you might imagine, there's less chance of getting the money back, Graham, I'm sorry. As you can imagine, lactating isn't a natural thing for most men. Breastfeeding and the like. So I took a look into what it takes. The person concerned was already on testosterone suppressing spironolactone, safe during breastfeeding, apparently, with women. Estradiol, progesterone, And just to give it a kick, domperidone, which is also used to help women lactate. Now, remember what I said there? So many women are offered no assistance whatsoever. If it doesn't latch first couple of times, you're not finished. Fuck it. But we're giving men with dicks. I mean, still intact, but with tits, to breastfeed babies on a cocktail of drugs. No one's researched how much nourishment's in this milk that they produce. Not been done yet. But it was argued with me viciously on Twitter that it's not a cocktail of drugs, it's naturally occurring hormones. None of the hormones that make you lactate to feed a baby are naturally occurring in men. Again, I'm sure there are some people, X amount of X thousand, that do lactate. Okay? I know most babies, whether male or female, apparently they can lactate when they're like, a few days old. Very common, lasts a couple of days. It's not for drinking. And I hope whoever does that sort of thing wasn't listening to what I just said, because I reckon they'd be bang at that. But no, we're giving these men cocktails of fucking drugs so they can breastfeed their baby. There's now talk of womb transplants, because apparently they're not that hard to plumb in. And apparently the people that will donate them will be trans men who don't want a womb anymore. Because it's no big deal whipping a womb out, I'm sure, right? And they're going to be transplanted into men who will then have a fertilized egg put in there. I'm sure it takes more than just a womb.
Where are you going to put it?
They're going to have to give them a uterus, aren't they, of some variety.
And snap the hips to widen that.
Oh, no. The baby will not be passing out via any kind of passageway. No, it would definitely be a painless cesarean section, I would imagine.
Your body isn't going to produce any of the things that's insane.
What are we doing? What are we doing? Greg Topple, you say you don't know where's more fucked? That's being pioneered in the US. So, there's money in it. That's why it's like, is it Lupron, the blocker drug that they give them, that's also used for chemical castration? It's a puberty blocker, Graham. It's what they want to give kids. It's used for chemical castration. It was used for prostate cancer. Very profitable drug for the company. We're going to do something on that in a future show.
You know what we're doing here, Aidan? In the UK, in England, sorting out coronavirus. That's what we're fucking doing medically. Whilst they're putting uteruses in blokes. The idea of a man breastfeeding a baby, using a baby to validate what is clearly a fetish. It fucking horrifies me. It horrifies me. Just give it formula, for fuck's sake. If the woman doesn't want to breastfeed, that's her call. Use formula. Don't take a cocktail of drugs and latch your kid onto your fucking male breast. And then they call it chest feeding, don't they? Chest feeding. I don't know what world I'm living in anymore. I think I'm too old. I think I'm way too old because I don't understand where we are anymore. Why is it none of the trans people I've met in my life have been this mental? Now, granted, I've not met a massive amount of them, but I've known a few. They're never this. This is a special kind of fucking mental. And the actual transsexuals are going to suffer greatly for this, I've no doubt. Because there will be a pushback. This is all low-key. If this went in the Daily Mirror tomorrow, or the Mail, blokes breastfeeding, what the fuck are you talking about? The most precious thing in the fucking universe, a baby. And they're using it as it's a prop. It's a prop for their own narcissism and their own mental illness. And I don't give a fuck what anyone says, that's all it is. It's, I only feel complete if I'm breastfeeding my child. And by the way, it's quite sexually exciting.
Not having it. I'm not fucking having it, Graham. We've got to put a stop to that. I'm not having it.
I don't get it. I'm still blown away by this uterus thing, man. The amount of drugs you'd have to be on to stop your body rejecting it. Why would you put a baby through that? It's insane.
They don't give a fuck about the baby. They clearly don't give a fuck about the baby, because any parent who wasn't mental does everything to ensure that child has got everything they need, the best you can possibly give them, at every cost to yourself. You know yourself, the minute you clap eyes on your child for the first time, you instantly drop down the importance of your life. You feel it happen.
Dude, there is a very low bar to fucked up shit I'll do to make sure she has a good Christmas. I'll tell you that right now.
You'd do anything for your kids.
Yeah, 100%.
You would know, if you know, I just can't understand using them for something other than just being the centre of your fucking universe. Because that's all your kid is. It's everything to you. Not a prop. It's not a fucking prop. Granted, I know there's scumbags that have them just to get a bit of child benefit, but most of them love their kids a hell of a lot more than this motherfucker here. And I know there are people that kill kids and bad bastards. It's not a competition. It's not an Olympics of shithousery. This is wrong. This is wrong. They're using the most important thing ever as a prop. Why am I getting an itchy nose now? I'm getting angry.
I don't know. You know, what doesn't make sense to me, right? There's thousands of kids that need adopting, yeah? So adopt. If you really need to have it and you really need to have that connection, adopt. Yeah. And if you're not eligible to adopt a child, then you should also not be eligible to have this surgery.
I'm fucking damn right.
Because the same thing that makes you ineligible for adoption should also run you out of this as well. You know, do you know what I mean?
Look, so many of these TRAs you'll see on Twitter, you know, if you go and look and dig through their profile, so many of them have got photos of them with their asses held open and the cocks out. You know, live your life. Do what the fuck you like. Stop inflicting it on everyone else. Because you know what? To me, and I've said this again, I'll say it again, trans rights are human rights. But your rights stop where mine end as well. That's the end of it. And where women are. No, just fucking no. Yeah. It's just got to stop.
Dude,
someone's got to say no.
You remember that guy that got closed down? He was like giving people split tongues and cutting their nipples off and all that shit, and the council shut him down because it was unsafe. And I sat here with you, we screamed about it. It's like, no, if he wants to do that and people want to pay him to do it and it's clean and everything, you fucking do whatever you want with your body. And if you get off on it, more's the better. But the second you involve kids, especially babies, go fuck his... No. There's a line drawn then. That's the only time I ever sort of drift into sort of collectivism.
All these fuckers, this thing with the babies, the way they treat women, the way they treat lesbians, the gay fellas that now they're telling them monsters. It's just got to fucking stop. And the problem is we're dealing with a generation of, especially the Tumblr fucking idiots, who've never been told no.
Yeah.
If you don't accept the penis, you're a transphobe. Do you know what? Okay. Fine, I'm a transphobe. Don't give a fuck. The answer's no. You're literally killing us. Okay. Can't help that. Your fucking problem. It's not women's problem. That's what I can't understand as well. Well, you have to let us into all of your spaces or we'll kill ourselves.
I would rather you killed yourself than abused a child.
100%.
There's no question in my mind. Yeah, or just fucking...
Anything.
Do you see that guy in Toronto that's been checking himself into rape centres to rape women? No, there's
having
a line
fine old
here.
time to himself.
And he waited for the fucking council.
But the thing is, even if it does make you suicidal, that's not women's problem. It's not their problem. That's your fucking problem. Go and I'll empathise with you. I'd rather you didn't die, you know, and I hope you get support and I hope everything works out. But it's no one else's fucking problem apart from yours. This be kind bullshit has opened the door to the worst fucking lunatics and empowered them in massive. If I said half of this on Twitter, the way I've said it on here tonight, I'd be gone tomorrow. There's every chance we could get banned on here for saying it, but fuck me, I'm not going to not say it. I'd rather get banned than sit there like a fucking a pussy or nothing going, oh, God, I better not say anything, they might ban. Who gives a fuck? It's all wrong. And it's opening the doors to the fucking pedos, the zoophiles. They're all following the same tactic. And not all. You can't draw a direct correlation between trans activism and paedophilia. Can't do it. But fuck me if a lot of them don't support each other. Because, hey, you know, non-offending, sex is a spectrum. Age is just a number.
You want to talk to me about risking someone's self-harm and all the rest of it, man? What the fuck is this baby going to do when it gets older?
Oh.
What the fuck is that baby going to do, looking back at its life and knowing it started it like this, as a little sex object for that freak? Well, is he going to kill himself at that point?
I love that I get off on it, don't judge me.
The fact that you've quoted it in the fucking paper, that's a human being there that's going to grow up and look back. That's insanity to me.
Oh, what did your mummy daddy do?
Bragged in the newspapers about getting off on putting its tit in my mouth. Fucking insane.
Well, son, I got sexually excited while I breastfed you. That's a life fucker. That's your... that gone. No, I mean, there was that drag, and I wish I remembered his or her name. I've got no idea of the profiles. It's a drag act, so you can't be sure. But one of them came out. I wish I had it in front of me. I'm going to just have a quick check, because it was fucking outstanding. Let's see if I've got him or her in my book. I might not have it in my bookmarks, actually. I have... Oh, God, it's 8.
This is another one there that's ruining drag and pantomime as well. It almost ruined pantomime. They've slowly started going back to how it used to be now, because people stopped going.
I wish I could find this for you, mate.
I know the video you mean. I definitely know it.
A drag artist came out and said, shouldn't be having people like me talking to your kids. Not because they're a paedophile. Just he or she was saying, it's not suitable. This is for adults. It's adult entertainment. Is sexually charged, sexually based. When we're backstage, we're all taking drugs and fucking. This is not a place for kids. I'm not a role model for kids. Teach your kids to be nice, good people. That's all they need to know. They don't need to roll on the floor with a fucking drag queen. It was such a refreshingly honest statement. I'm so sorry I can't remember his or her name. We'll dig it out. We'll dig it out another time. We'll post a link to it. But it was a wonderful statement of absolute truth. Because a drag act isn't for kids. It's just not.
The same way you don't give a kid a bottle of whiskey, the same way you don't leave them alone with a Tarantino movie when they're 4, you know? That shit will mess them up.